Welcome, incoming parents and guardians. This video is a brief tutorial outlining the pre-registration course selection process for students entering the Freehold Regional High School District. This video will illustrate step by step how to view the recommended courses for your child, as well as how to select desired course requests using the Genesis Parent Portal. So to get us started, we're going to go ahead and pull up our web browser, and we're going to go to the Freehold Regional High School District website, which is frhsd.com. Once there, we're going to go ahead and select the Parent Portal link at the top of the screen. So at this time, you should have already received your username and you will have created a password. So we're going to go ahead and enter that in order to log in. So we go ahead, we log in, we see the name of your child, the student in question here. And then up the top here, you see that there's two options here. We have summary and we have scheduling. So we're going to start by selecting the scheduling tab. So once we select the scheduling tab, here what you see is the list of courses that were recommended for your child. Now, recommendations are made by the district using a variety of data. So they're looking at standardized test scores taken during the middle school grades, and recommendations made by the middle school teachers. So here we have our list of recommendations, and we can go ahead and pull up the document here. What I would recommend doing is to print this document. Therefore, when you're making course requests, you can go back and look at the recommendations and see how they match up. You want to keep an eye on the course code number when you do that, just to make sure when you select a course, especially if you select the recommended course, that the course code matches the course of the selected course. So we've seen the recommendations. Now we're ready to make our requests. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to select the Requests tab at the top of the screen. So each subject area is listed here. So students will be selecting an English course, they'll be selecting a math course, a science course, a social studies course, a phys ed and health course, they will be selecting an elective course, and they will be selecting a foreign language to start. So in total, students should have 35 credits that they should be scheduled for in their freshman year. Now, we do ask that students do select 2 elective courses. So they'll have the option to select the first priority course, and if we're unable to get them in their priority course, we will look to their second priority course. So you will see where they will have 5 credits listed twice under the elective courses, but only one of those courses will they actually be scheduled for in their first year. So just so you can see how that looks, we're going to go here next to English. We're going to request a course. And here are the 2 options for English freshman year. So we have academic English, we have honors English. So we go ahead, we take a look at our recommendations. We see that the student was recommended for academic English 1. So in this case, we agree with the recommendation. We're going to go ahead and select request this course. So now, under our request, we see that the course request is Academic English 1. We see the course code, and it did match up with the course code for the recommended course. We can see who it was requested by, and in this case, it's the student, or the parent of the student. And the course credits, which is 5 credits for that individual course. So all of your full year courses will be 5-credit courses. If there's any courses, like elective courses, that are 2.5 credits, you'll need to select 2 of those so that it totals 5 credits. And that would be for the full year. So just to select another course, you can see here, we'll go to math. And then we see all the different math course options that are offered. We go ahead back to the recommendation. We see that this particular student was recommended for geometry. We see the course code for geometry. And then we're going to go ahead and select geometry. So what you're going to do is you're just going to go ahead and follow through for each of those. Now, in the case of science, let's say, for instance, the student, we take a look at the recommendations, and the student was recommended for academic lab biology. But let's say, you feel as though your child is strong in science, you would like them to take honors biology freshman year. So all you have to do is you go in, For the science subject area, we're going to request a course. And then we're going to go ahead and select Request Honors Lab Biology. So in this case, when we look at the course request, we'll see that we requested Honors Lab Biology. Now, when we go back to our recommended courses, it's still always going to show that the student was recommended for academic lab biology. So that shows that we recommended the student for the academic course, but you as the parent decided you would like the student to take a higher level course than that. And we do ask that parents, once you've done that, that you do complete a course request form. It's just saying that we understand the recommended course was one course, but we decided to make a different placement based on our knowledge. And you can get the course replacement request form through your guidance department. So just another area, let's go ahead and skip down to the phys ed and health area. Now, the way that phys ed and health works in the high school level is that phys ed is 3/4 of the year and health is 1/4 of the year. So you'll see for the credits, phys ed is worth 3.75 credits, health is worth 1.25 credits. When we total those up, it equals 5 credits, just like any full year course. So you will need to select both a phys ed and a health course. Now, we currently selected Honors Lab Biology for our freshman student. Any student who's going into an Honors Science course will need to select the Lab Health and Lab Phys Ed courses. So we're going to request the Health 9 Lab. We see that that's worth 1.25 credits. We go back to the request course again, and then we're going to select the Phys Ed Lab. And there we go. So we see the total is 5 credits with the 3.75 and the 1.25 credits. Now, the only students who will be selecting phys ed and health lab courses are students that are in honors lab science. So if you're in an academic lab biology class, you're just going to choose phys ed 9 and health 9. So we go ahead through for each of these subjects. We also ask students to select elective courses. The subject areas for elective courses is divided up into 2 categories here through the portal. So if we look at practical and performing arts subject area, this is an elective option for students. Students do have to take 1 year of a fine and performing art at some point in time throughout high school. They do not have to take it as freshmen, but if the student is interested in taking a fine and performing art, they would either choose one of the 5 credit courses or 2 of the 2.5 credit courses. So in this case, let's say that the student is interested in taking fine and applied art for their freshman year. They're going to go ahead. So because this is an elective course, they're going to list a priority here. They're going to list art as their first priority. And because the fine and applied art are half-year courses, they're 2.5 credit courses, they're going to select both of these. And then we go ahead and request the course. So there we have it. So for freshman year, you can see that fine and applied art is the student's first choice for electives. Now, as scheduling works, sometimes it isn't possible to fit students in their first choice in their freshman year. So we do ask that students select a second choice as elective as well. So in this case, the student is going to look at another area, the elective subject area, and you'll see a variety of course offerings that are available to the particular student. Now, you'll see some of the options in here that say 17.5 credits. Those are only for vocational students, so you're not going to want to select those. You're just going to want to select an elective course that's either worth 5 credits or 2.5 credit courses. So in this case, our student's second choice is accounting. So they're going to go ahead, list that as the second priority, and then request this course. So there we have it. So each time a course is requested, the student is able to see what was requested. So you're going to want to fill in a selection for each of these areas, and then the student will have a course selection in each area as it goes. Total of 35 credits. Of course, they're going to have an additional elective credit, so in reality, they're going to see the total is going to be 40 credits with the second choice selection of their elective, but they will only get one of those choices. So 35 credits it will be for the freshman year. So there you have it. It's pretty straightforward in terms of the course request process. You will certainly have the opportunity to talk or speak to any counselors within the guidance office of your sending school. We actually highly recommend, if you have any questions, that you reach out to the guidance office, and you'll be able to make an appointment to speak with a counselor, particularly if you question any of the recommendations and you're thinking about going into a higher level course, or even if you're thinking about dropping to a lower level course. Certainly we're available to speak to you in regards to that. So that basically sums up this tutorial on the pre-registration process. Hopefully you will find it helpful, and we look forward to meeting with you in the fall.